Hello friends, welcome to PHP MySQL web development series. In this video, we are going to learn about functions in PHP. Functions are set of constructs which allow a programmer to break up their code into smaller, more manageable chunks which can be called by name, and they may or may not return a value. We declare a function by using a keyword function. Then we give function a name, and here are parentheses. Inside parentheses we can pass parameters or we can omit. And next we have curly braces, and inside this we specify the function body. An example function is created over here. Function hello world. Hello world is the name of the function. Then we have parentheses, and then inside these braces we have one statement that is saying echo hello world. Now no output will be shown for this function until we call this function. So let us create a function inside a PHP script and run it. Open Visual Studio Code. I have created a directory php-functions inside www folder of WAMP, and I'm going to create a new file over here and name it as index.php. Inside index.php I will add a function. We use functions keyword and then the name of the function. Normally we name the functions like hello underscore world and use an underscore between the different words, or we can make the first letter as capital, or we can make the first word of the next letter as capital. So we will use this standard that is called camel case. And next I will add brackets, and inside these brackets I will type echo hello world. If I run this script, nothing will happen until I call the function. So for calling the function, outside of the function, we specify the function name, hello world, and that's it. Let me open this file in the browser and run it. Before running this script inside the browser, please make sure that WAMP server is running. Inside the browser URL, type localhost/php-functions. Press enter. Hello world is printed. Next, let us see that how we can pass parameters to a function. So parameters can be passed to a function by two ways. The first is called passing parameters by value. Passing parameters by value means that if inside my functions I change the value of a parameter, it will not change the value of original parameter that was passed to the function. I have a function called sales tax, and inside sales tax, inside the parentheses, I'm passing two parameters, that is $price and $tax. Inside the function body, I have a $total is equal to $price plus, and inside these parentheses, I am multiplying the price with text, and that will give us the price plus tax. And in the next line, we print the total. And outside of the function body, we are calling the function with two parameters. First is price and the second is tax. So the first parameter value will be assigned to $price variable, while the second parameter value will be assigned to $tax. And this will call the function and print the result. And in the next line, we have defined two parameters, $price and $sales tax. And inside the function, instead of passing the values directly, we have passed these variables. Same $price variable will be assigned to the first parameter, that is the $price, and the sales tax value will be assigned to $tax variable. Let us create this method and run it inside the browser. I will comment out the existing code. After defining the function, I will call the function and pass the parameters. Let me save and run this script inside the browser. I will refresh the page by pressing Ctrl+R, and over here you can see that the price with the tax addition is printed on the browser. Now you can see that the advantage of a function is that if we have to calculate the sales tax inside our web application many times, so instead of adding this code again and again, we can simply create a function with the name sales tax and call it in many files. Now let us pass the parameters as variables. I will refresh the page. The second call to the function has printed the result. Passing parameters by reference. We have two variables, $cost and $tax. A function is defined, calculate underscore cost. We have passed two parameters to the function. And note down this and sign before $cost variable. This and sign indicates that this cost variable is passed by reference. Now pass by reference means that inside the function body, as in previous example, we were assigning the calculation of the expression to a $total variable. We are assigning the cost plus tax to $cost variable, so it will change the value of $cost. Once we print the value of $cost outside, it will print the new value. But the $tax is passed by value, and even if we change its value inside the function, it will not affect the original value. So let us run this code inside the browser. I will add a new method called calculate underscore cost. Note the and sign before $cost variable. This means that this parameter is passed by reference. Let us run this code inside the browser. The output is printed over here. Let us check the value of $cost. We'll say echo. If I try to change the value of $tax inside the function, it will not change the value of actual $task parameter because this parameter was passed by value. Let us run this code. The cost is 105. This is the value that is printed inside the function. Then outside of the function, the value of cost is 105. Value of tax is 0.05, but we have changed the value of tax to 560, but still the old value of $tax is printed on the screen. Let's learn about the default arguments. Default values are automatically assigned to the argument if no other value is provided. This means that in our previous code examples, we were passing $price and $tax to the sales tax function. But if we want to omit the value of $tax and use a default value, then we can specify the default value inside the function definition. We have assigned $tax is equal to 0.0575. So in the function call, I have only passed $price, but function will use this default value inside the function body. Let us run this code. I will create a new function. Let us run this code inside the browser. I will press enter and we can see that the value of cost is printed as 52.5 because inside the original value of price we have added the default value of $tax. One thing that you should remember is that you can specify the value of a default argument in the right side. We cannot omit the value of $tax and add some default value to the price. This will not work. And we have to add a default parameter value on the right side. Next, let's learn about the optional arguments. Certain arguments can be designated as optional by placing them at the end of the list and assigning them a default value of nothing. In the definition of sales tax function, we have $price and $tax, and $tax value is assigned to 0. If we will not pass the value of $tax, the value 0 will be used inside the expression. Let's change the value of $tax to 0. In the first call to function, we will not pass the value of $tax, but in the second call to the function, we will pass the value of text as 0.05. So the output for the first call should be 50, but in the second function call, 0.05 should replace the $text equal to 0, and the total should be calculated by adding the text into the price. So let us run this code in the browser. Inside the browser, type localhost /php-functions and hit enter. First function call where text is 0, the value printed is 50. And for the second function call, we pass the value of text as 0.05 and the total cost is different over here. In PHP, we use an optional return keyword to return values from a function. Until now, we have printed the values inside a function, but we can use a return keyword to return the result and control to the calling environment. Over here, you can see a method sales tax, and inside the method, instead of printing the value of $total, we are using the return keyword, and with return, we are returning $total. So once this method is called, the result is returned and assigned to the $total variable. Let us run this code in the browser, and the result is printed over here. Nesting functions. So in PHP, we can define functions inside the functions. We have a function sales tax that receives parameters $price and $tax. And inside the sales tax function, we have defined another function convert_pounds. So this function receives an amount in dollars, a conversion rate, and returns the amount in pounds. And after this function, we have $total that returns us the total cost with the sales tax. In this print statement, we are printing the $total in dollars and also the total converted to the pounds. And we can call the inner function outside of the function as well. So let us code this function and see it running in the browser. So inside the sales tax method, I will add another function convert_pounds. I will refresh the page and we can see the output that cost in dollars is 52.5, but conversion into the pounds is 80. So over here we can see the output of parent and the nested function as well. And the output of the function that was called outside of the main function is also displayed over here. Recursive functions. Recursive functions are those functions that call themselves. An example of a recursive function can be the calculation of a factorial. Suppose we want to calculate the factorial of 5. So it means that we have to multiply 5 with 4, 3, 2 and 1. To calculate this factorial, we have to create a function and call it recursively. Consider this function nfact, and this function receives a number. If the number is equal to 0, function will return 1. Otherwise, same function is called again with a number less than the actual number. Suppose we have passed number 5 to this function. In the else case, 5 into nfact and 4 will be passed to this method. Then next, this function will be called with the value 4, and 4 into the function with the value 3 will be called. So this process continues until the number becomes 0. So once the number becomes 0, 1 is returned. Then all the recursive functions calculate the result and send it back. Let us run this. Press Ctrl+R to refresh the page, and the factorial of 5 is printed over here. Server-side includes in PHP. Often working on large web applications, we create many files. And to use functions defined in one file into another file, we need to include the file into the other file. So for this purpose, in PHP, we have include and require method. And inside the include method, we have to pass the file name like header.php or database.php. And if the included file does not exist, include generates a warning, but the script will continue execution. Let us create another file called functions.php. I will move this factorial method to the new file. Now, if we want to use this method into index.php, we have to use the word include and pass the name of the file. Let us run this file. The output of the method is printed over here. Require is another method that is used to include the files. The difference between include and require is that the require method generates a fatal error if the file does not exist. And it is recommended to use require method instead of include because the script should not continue after an error happens. I will change the include to require and save the file, and the output is same. PHP provides a large number of built-in functions that we can use in our programs. To read more details about these built-in functions, you can visit this link. There are some methods like strlen. This method returns the length of a string. Count method will return the count of the items in an array. Str to lower method will convert a string into lowercase. Str to upper converts a string to an uppercase. So let us run these methods. I will comment out this code. Str to lower converts a sentence into the lowercase. So this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to read tutorials on PHP, MySQL and other web technologies, visit our blog programmerblog.net. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you and bye.